So I feel all of these companies are very good at bending the truth and lying, right? That's their models are based on kind of confusing their workforces around this catchy idea of flexibility. When you're doing deliveries on a bicycle in New York City on these company platforms, there's only 2 times a day where you can really stand a chance at making any decent money, and that's lunch and dinner. And those come and go very quickly. That's 11 to maybe 1, and that's like 6 to maybe 8. They will advertise that you can make $20 to $30 an hour on your own time. But if you work outside of those times, you will never see that kind of money. And even during those times, it's very difficult to make that kind of money. And the reason it's so difficult is because those are the times when the most other couriers are actively on the platform that you're competing with. So the available work dries up and spreads very thin, and you're left often waiting intervals of half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours with not a single dispatch in your phone. I've sat on the street available for work on these apps, not a peep for 2 hours, right? And then another thing they do is they dangle all kinds of incentives, right? They're carrots to get us out into the street. So they'll say, all right, do 2 deliveries, just 2, between 10 and 1, and on top of the earnings you make from your commission and tips, we'll give you an extra $25. So what happens? You go out, you clock in at 10, maybe you wait an hour, maybe you get your first delivery and you're excited because you only got 1 more to go and you've got a whole 2 hours to get it, so there's a good chance you're gonna get it, right? No. I've sat in the street, done the 1 delivery, here comes 1 p.m., the cutoff, didn't make that bonus, didn't make my personal quota that I was trying to hit, and then mysteriously, 1:05 p.m., a job comes in, but it doesn't qualify towards the bonus, so it doesn't count. And then there's these other incentives where they say, we'll guarantee you $600 if you work the weekend. I met a guy yesterday who fell into this trap, and I had to clarify for him what it meant. So he thought if he worked the weekend and hit the target, they were going to give him $600. He's like, they only gave me $250. What's up with that? What they do, and they mislead their fleets with this, is that they'll guarantee the $600, meaning if you work the time period and you hit the quota, we'll give you the difference between what you made and the $600. So it's really done on purpose. It's this idea of like, let's get them all excited to work during the time where we know we need them, but we're not gonna actually pay them what they think they're gonna get. We're gonna pay them this little wordplay around the difference between what they earn and what we promised. And then they find out later that that's really the game that they're playing. So that's how it is.